Hi, guys. How did I get 67% on the poll? I have a little poll up here and it says 67%, but that's all it says. It doesn't. Oh, never mind. Okay. Hi, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. I'm going to smudge us all with some mugwort. I'm going to wait a few minutes so everybody can get on. And tonight is the full moon in Capricorn, and it's a super moon. Now, I don't remember exactly if this is the closest in history or it's the closest for this year. It is the closest to Earth, either this year or ever. There's something very special about this full moon. I just got ashes all over my little notes. So last night I was watching the full moon and it was beautiful. It was behind clouds, but it looks so pretty and so close. It feels like you can grab it. So Capricorn is an earth sign, and Capricorn is about getting serious about things. Hey, Lori. Hey, Tasha. I know I was talking to you earlier, but I'm sorry I didn't say hi while we were live. So Capricorn is about getting serious. So over the past few months, we've been releasing a lot of stuff. We've been going through a lot of chaos. A lot of things have boiled to the surface, whether it's personally, collectively, globally. Hi, Sarah. I was reading yours and saying global at the same time, and it came out wrong. Yes, this is the super buck moon. And like buck, pink moon, those are the names that the Indians have given the moon based on the cycles of each of the seasons. Hey, Judy. So what can we expect from this full moon? So one, it's a super moon. Hey, Bernadette. And that means it's a little bit more intense than a regular full moon. So hey, wait, I'm going to say your name. I have to think about it. Tati. I can't say Tati. That's just how I say it, but I have to think about it. So Capricorn is Earth, and Earth, this particular sign is about getting things serious. So putting things in order, organizing, actually taking action and following through your plans, your goals. Over the past few months, we have released a lot of stuff. And this moon is going to, hey, Shelly, this moon is going to illuminate what we want through what we don't want. So we had a few months to think about what we didn't want, things that made us unhappy, walking away from a lot of different types of situations and different types of relationships. So we're kind of really aware of what we don't want. And knowing what you want is a little bit hard because it's infinite. You can have anything you want. So where do you start? You start with the things you don't want. And you want the opposite of that. So this moon will give us the opportunity to take action and create, manifest, take that leap of faith with things that we do want. Oh, are you really? That's cool. So it's just like illuminating your shadow side. That's very cool. Lynn is over here. She's in the live audience. She is a Sun Capricorn. And I was just asking her how she felt with this, the energy of the moon. And I know Capricorns are being affected. So before I get on to what to expect, I want to go over the astrology of each of the moon signs. So if you don't know what your moon sign is, you can go to cafe astrology or just Google free birth chart. You need to know where you were born. Hopefully you know when you were born and the time. If you don't know the time, just use midnight and it'll give you a general idea of what planets were aligned on the day you were born. So you have a sun sign, which would be like, I'm a Taurus. I'm a Taurus sun, I'm a Libra rising, and I am a Leo moon. So those are the three signs. Hey, Lucy, that it's not like it's important. I just like astrology, but it's interesting to know those specific three signs because your sun sign is the side you show the world. Your rising sign is your personality and how you reflect on things. And your moon sign is your shadow side, like when you get pissed off or even when anything that you're hiding. It's not only bad, anything that you're hiding, I should say. And that's your moon sign. So when you kind of understand those three signs, you have a better understanding of how you react to things, how you respond. You have a deeper understanding of yourself. So if you have a moon sign in Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, there will be emotional intensity, a lot of closure and clarity with life-changing circumstances and stepping into your power. If you are a Scorpio or Pisces moon, you are coming to endings. There are a lot of things that are ending for you with positive emotional shifts and changes, confidence, optimism, as well as life-changing power. So this moon in general is just life-changing, taking back our power, standing in who we are. So everyone is going to feel that. If you have a moon in Cancer, it will be intense. Sorry, guys. We're in Cancer season. You're going to have to become real with some hard truths. And where you are lacking motivation, you're going to receive motivation. So wherever you were like slacking and you felt lethargic, you're going to have the motivation because you're clearing out a lot of stuff right now. If your moon is in Gemini, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aquarius, another group that are having endings with lots of optimism, clarity, excitement. And if your moon is in Aries or Libra, it's going to be emotionally heavy. But it's the perfect opportunities for letting shit go. So whatever, if you're an Aries or Libra moon, whatever you haven't really been letting go of, that maybe you're hanging on to it, hoping that it will change or you're going to have a different outcome, it's going to be the perfect opportunity to let shit go and move forward. So Marissa, Libra moon. So Libra was, which one? Where are you, Libra? I just lost the Libra here. I know I just had it. Oh, there it is. Emotionally heavy. Letting go. Marissa, can you relate to that right now? Like with that moon? Those who are Aries or Libra moon, can you kind of relate to emotional, I'm going to say roller coaster? Because a lot of people have been going through that for the past few months. This is just, there's so much closure with this moon. So much closure. So much truth is being revealed that if you've been denying it, it's in your face so much that you can't deny it. And you have to make a choice. Either you're going to stick with it and this is what you're accepting in your life, or change it. I'm reading Marissa's. I'm sorry, Marissa. So you're probably just, Oh my God, you quit your job today? Wow. Yeah, see, so these are big, big changes, which means, I never realized when I was working at the store, I didn't realize how much energy I was losing. I was being drained from it. I didn't realize how much energy was being kind of like wasted on something I knew that came to an end. And as soon as I made that choice to leave, everything changed. And it's amazing how many opportunities come to you, how many things open up, how fast everything starts to shift when you let go of something that you know is done. It's not you. You don't want this. Oh, Shelly had a stress test. I don't mean to laugh, but really, girl, you go for a stress test on a full moon. Mars is Cancer rising. Oh, so yeah, you're feeling that too, Shelly. Capricorn, a lot of Capricorn moons. So, and Capricorns, the good news, Capricorns are going to feel balanced. It's going to bring balance into your life. So where you feel like you were overwhelmed or things aren't working out, or for the love of God, where is the light at the end of the tunnel? It's bringing balance. This moon is bringing balance for you guys especially. I feel like for everyone overall, it's purging and shifting to something better simultaneously. So it's a good thing. We are definitely energetically receiving so many upgrades. There is so much energy coming through. Like, it's almost like on a daily basis, you can feel these frequencies changing you. Maybe your ears are ringing, a lot of pressure in the head. Head seems to be a big thing, a lot of pressure in the head. Even physically, your body's changing. Maybe things that you ate that you were fine with now don't agree with you. There's so many changes, especially in sleep patterns. Oh, wow, Sarah. So you're a double Sag and a moon Gemini. Oh, I read it wrong. You're a Sagittarius with a Gemini moon. So what is this moon bringing us combined with the astrology and these solar storms and these energy surges that are coming through? One, we're going to learn to set aside emotions. And I know the water signs may have a challenging time with this because you're water signs. You act on emotions. But it's a time to set aside emotions and get shit done. So whatever was holding you back, any doubt, insecurities that have been holding you back, this moon's energy, this mugwort is killing me because it's going in my eyes. I'm trying to put it out. This moon's energy is going to push us out of that feeling. If you've been feeling like you don't want to do it, or doubts and insecurities are stopping you from doing it, or you're making up 101 excuses why you can't do whatever it is that you know you need to do, this moon is changing that. So it's going to push us, motivate us to get shit done. And that's the energy of Capricorn. And continue to move forward no matter what. The other aspect of this moon is because of the trine with Mars and the square with Jupiter, we may be overwhelmed by taking on too much shit and then snap, where this moon is going to assist us in doing what you can. So because the other planets, you know, between the Mars and Jupiter thing that's going on, that's kind of overwhelming us, trying to tackle everything, every aspect of our life, which becomes overwhelming. That overwhelming feeling, the moon is going to assist us to just let go of it. Like, do what you can. Do what you can. You don't have to do it all, because a lot of it will fall into place as everything begins to shift. So you may feel a tad overwhelmed. I was feeling that like last week, but now it's gone. So we're going to realize what needs aren't fulfilled outside of us and within us. So in our relationships and experiences and within us. So it's kind of like discovering what you want through what you don't want. That's like a big thing. No matter what energy I tapped into, it comes really down to that. Just knowing what you don't want and redefining what you want. So I guess that's the best place. Hey, Carol. Hey, Carmen. That's the best place to start. We always start what we don't want. We only know what needs to heal, and we only become aware of things when it makes us feel bad. We don't know what makes us feel good because we don't pay attention to that, because it feels good. So everything all is well. But when things go wrong and we feel bad, that's when we become really aware of it. And we're like, what the fuck? And that's when the changes begin. So there's a reason for pain. There's a reason for what people consider negative emotions like anger. And you're allowed to feel that, because without it, you wouldn't know what you don't want. So have gratitude for that instead of hiding it and trying to like think positive, and that shit doesn't work. There's going to be a lot of civil disobedience because of the trine with Mars and Saturn's retrograde. There's going to be a lot of civil disobedience. And it can happen in your personal life. It's definitely happening globally. It's definitely happening collectively. And I'm like smirking because that's where these big changes are coming in. So we can't get to these big changes until we stand together. We have more in common than we have differences. And hopefully the rest of the world will see that and kind of start standing together than staying divided and separated over stupid shit. Okay, so here's another thing, and I don't know. I received this message. Unstucking moments through recognizing that you're being stuck. So when you feel stuck and you realize that you're stuck, the realization of being stuck is going to unstuck us. And I'm not really sure how that's going to happen, or it could be happening without us even knowing it. But just being aware of being stuck is going to unstuck us. Overthinking. Air signs are great for overthinking. But there is a lot of overthinking going on right now, getting caught up in your head, because our intuition and psychic gifts are increasing and they're expanding. And that comes from the third eye chakra here. And this is also where overthinking comes from. So when we have too much energy here, and that's where like all the pressure in the head, and maybe you're having sinus problems, migraines, headaches, weird visions, disturbed sleep, bizarre dreams, that's all part of the third eye chakra. So we need to be mindful what is our intuition and what is our crazy mind. And our crazy mind will repeat the same thing over and over. It's almost as if you can't stop it. Our intuition is very quick, very subtle, and it goes in and out. It's that feeling. And oh yeah, look, lots of dreams, stress, but I'm not saying stress is a good thing, but maybe finding alternative ways to deal with stress will make you become aware of what's really triggering you. And don't forget, if you're sensitive, there's a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety going on collectively. We're feeling that. Not all of our anxiety and stress is ours. We're just connecting to it. I was just reading Judy's and describing the difference. Well, yeah, it is. I mean, that's how I feel. And sometimes I get pissed off about that. Like, I definitely have triggers when it comes to like just the shit that's going on, and I feel something intuitively, and then I get caught up in my head about it, and I get stuck in this loop of really bullshit. And that is like an example of how we get stuck in our head. Journal, I always say journaling. I'm probably always like, everybody journal. But getting out of your head through journaling is the best way to do it. Because something needs to come out, let it come out, but then know when to like shut it up. Like, okay, I'm going to acknowledge it, I'm going to shift in, and I'm going to let it go. Kind of like the meditation that we did for the new moon. If you're new here, welcome. And the new moon, which was the last video we did, I did a meditation where we acknowledge what we're feeling and let it go. And I was guided, I guess. I almost said I was told. I was guided to like do this every day to allow yourself to feel. And I do notice as I allow myself to feel whatever it is that I'm feeling, I don't really get caught up in the thoughts unless I put myself in that position. And I know when I do that. Like, I'll watch something just to piss myself off and then watch more of it so I can be pissed off about it. And I know I'm completely aware that I'm doing that. Okay, there's just something wrong with me. So intuition comes in very quick, very subtle. It's in your gut. Whether you're aware of it or not, trust me when I tell you, you know the difference. There's no secret. There's no formula to it. You know. You know. Everybody has intuition. Everybody has that inner GPS. Everybody knows that feeling of, oh my God, I had a feeling, but I didn't listen. So you know what that feels like. Pay attention more to that and be aware of what is, getting stuck in your head. Just be aware of it. You don't have to analyze it. You don't have to feed it. Just be aware of it so you can discover what it is that's either triggering it or what needs to be acknowledged so you can let that shit go. Yes, Sarah, paranoia is definitely here's my personal opinion about paranoia. You're afraid of your gifts. When someone is afraid of their intuition or their psychic gifts, it does lead to paranoia because you're not trusting yourself. And the more you're receiving this downloads and information, the more your mind's like, oh my God, we don't want this. We're afraid, remember? And then you go into a state of paranoia. That's my personal opinion. I would suggest acknowledging where it's coming from. Like, just pay attention. It's really all about mindfulness. I don't even know how else to say this. The more mindful you are of your thoughts, of the physical feeling in your body, the more connected you become to your spirit self. And you can integrate your spirit into your physical body, which is what we're doing now. I mean, is it easy? No, but it's not impossible. It's simple. We complicate shit. The other thing is pay attention to the stories you're telling yourself when your intuition is bringing you information. And I think that is the biggest culprit to overthinking. Our intuition will make us feel something and we have a story attached to it. For instance, you meet someone new and you still really didn't heal the trauma of a past relationship. And this new person may trigger something. Your intuition is giving you a feeling like, relax, don't worry about it, it's safe. But your story is what's going to take over, and it's probably going to say something like, well, don't be an idiot. You felt like this the last time, and look where it got you. You can't trust your gut. Listen to me. I know. And then you get caught up in that thought process. Oh, you're welcome, Sarah. And then most of all, ask your guides, angels, whoever you talk to, however you do it, whether it's praying, meditating, whatever it is that you do, ask direct questions. Because right now, our communication between us and higher realms, higher dimensions, like that veil, I personally think the veil, and I'm sure you've all heard of the veil that separates the physical world from the spiritual world. There's no veil anymore. This is why we are in the chaos that we're in. I don't think there is a veil anymore. I think people who never considered like talking to spirits are talking to spirits now, or they're seeing shadows or images, or they're hearing things. And recently, there are a few people that have come to me that never even thought this existed. Like it was against whether it was religion or belief system. And now here they are with this. Ask direct questions, whatever it is. It doesn't matter if you're thinking it, because there's no difference between your thoughts and you receiving information. It's where the information is coming from. Either way, you ask a question, you receive something, just trust it. Just trust it. Worst case scenario, it's wrong. It's not like you've never been wrong before. So that is the overall messages of the moon. Now we will go to the readings. If you're new, once again, welcome. I'm going to show you 3 cards. Each card represents a deck. Pick the card that you are drawn to, and that is the message that you need to hear right now. All 3 decks are going to resonate with each other, so you probably will connect to all the decks. Oh, that is awesome, Bernadette. That is awesome. That's awesome. I love when that happens. And those aren't, I mean, I know a lot of people think it's coincidence. And if you're watching this, most likely you know there are no coincidences. They're just validations. Okay, so if you were drawn to this card, I'm going to try like not to get it in the light. This is deck number 1. Deck number 1 for the audience. Deck number 1. If you're drawn to this card, you are deck number 2. Deck number 2. Deck number 2. And if you are drawn to this card, you are deck number 3. Deck number 3. Deck number 3. Let me know if you chose your deck, and I'm going to read them again. Just reading. Oh, that is cool. Yes, Lynn, I have an audience. Florida Lynn, her husband, and my daughter are in the audience. So this is deck number 1. This is deck number 2. And this is deck number 3. Okay, so audience people, you picked your deck. Very quiet audience I have here. Okay, so if you chose this card, you are deck number 1. And you have a lot of cards. Kind of just separating them. Okay. So this card is against the grain. So because she's in water, it just made me feel something about moving through your emotions. And the card says against the grain. And if you look, she's underwater, but there's all these birds flying ahead of her, like in the front. And I feel like you're releasing a lot of stuff, and you're releasing a lot of emotional trauma. And you are entering a new phase because the birds and the wings, they're flying. Like they're not sitting down doing nothing. They're flying. You're moving into new opportunities. Your spirit animal that is with you is the giraffe. So the giraffe is a visionary. Rise above earthly matters. Glide through life with grace. You are able to see the right path. Stand tall in your self-worth and love with a big heart. So if there was any question, if you are not on the right path or did you miss something, the answer is no, you're definitely on it. And there's just something about, there's 3 of them. So to me, that symbolizes past, present, and future. And the one in the middle is the present, and he stands the tallest. Like one's looking one way, one's looking another way. And the one in the middle is just like straight ahead. So that tells me that you were moving forward. So I do feel like for some of deck number 1, you kind of like there's some kind of ending, or some kind of ending happens that it's bringing you closure in something. It could be like court or something to do with like legal aspects of it. That's what it feels like. Of course, that's not going to resonate with everyone in deck number 1. Your chakras are your root chakra, your heart chakra, your sacral chakra, and your third eye chakra. So because your deck feels like you're releasing a lot of stuff, we're going to start with the fear. Okay, so the root chakra is about fear, stability, support, finances, and it's the number 1. So there's a lot of new beginnings for deck number 1. In this case, I feel like you released a lot of karmic fears, generational fears. You did some serious healing, whether you're aware of it or not. And you're ready to move forward. So whatever fears came up within the past 2 years that have been keeping you, whether you're stuck or you're not moving forward, you've released. So just give yourself credit for that you moved past a lot of fears. Sacral, emotions, sexual energy, and creativity. In this case, I feel like for some, you may have some issues going on with your stomach, like digestion, something with food or like gas or something like that. Something in the stomach area that you are aware of. I'm not a doctor. I don't feel like it's any concern. I feel like this has to do with like your digestive system changing. Just watch your diet, because there's certain foods that you never had a problem with before, but now they may be causing some issues. Let's put it this way. You're changing on so many levels. So many levels. Oh yeah, that's right, Bernadette. You're divorced. That's right. There you go. There's your legal thing. How's your stomach? Now you have the third eye chakra. So this one is getting over analyzing your intuitive nudges. So maybe you're getting these ideas intuitively, or you're getting visions, or maybe you're dreaming of something. It's happening in the mind because there's visual, you can see it. You can see it in your mind's eye. However, you're over analyzing it. You're trying to figure out how to do it. And that's not what you're supposed to be doing right now. You're supposed to just stay in that vision and just take whatever steps you can right now to move forward. If you can't, if you're overwhelmed and you don't know what to do, take a step back, take a break, and let the universe kind of guide you through your next steps. Oh, Bernadette. Okay. Oh, look, I have a lot of digestive people. I don't want to say that's good. I don't mean that it's good. But if you're holding a lot of energy in these are the three chakras you're holding a lot of energy in. Whoop. Your third eye, your sacral chakra, and your root chakra. So the head, we know, like the headaches, the maybe you're not sleeping right, or you keep waking up, or you're having like, for some, I feel like there's some kind of weird shit in your dreams going on. Either you're dreaming that you're dreaming and you're aware of it, so it's a lucid dream. I feel like it's more of like astral traveling, like something, you're going somewhere, you're experiencing something on another dimension, and maybe you think it's a dream. The sacral chakra and the root chakra is old karmic shit that you're releasing. And because you came into this life with it, you're holding it in your sacral chakra with all this emotions and the gassiness, like everything you guys are feeling in the stomach area. Oh, wow, Tasha. In the stomach area, think of it this way. You're releasing the stagnant energy, and it's moving through you. So whatever you did, whether you're aware of it or not, that you've healed, especially with this like fear and this old stuff, it's kind of breaking up the energy. And that's where this like gassy, bloated, digestive, whatever's going on in your digestive system is breaking up. So think of it as energy moving out. And all these years you've been holding on to that energy, and you just became comfortable with that heavy feeling, which is why you're actually aware of it by feeling so bloated, but you've been pushing everything down so much that you got used to that heavy feeling. And now that it's clearing up, you're actually becoming aware of that bloated feeling. So think of it as energy. I would suggest, I don't know what deck my friend picks, because that would be crazy if she picked this deck. But I would suggest eating bland for a while and kind of slowly go back to the foods that you normally eat, but do it a little bit at a time so you can see what vibes with you food wise and what doesn't. I think for all of us, our diets are changing, our bodies are changing. And I know someone who doesn't even crave sugar anymore. That's not me. But I thought it was interesting because this person used to use a lot of sugar, and they're like, all of a sudden, I just don't like the taste of it. I don't want it, which is a drastic change, especially if you like sugar. Just imagine like not liking the taste anymore. Oh, Mo's having the weird. So, what I would do if you're having the weird dreams, write them down. There's something, either you're meeting someone or you're learning about something that you're not remembering when you get up. Like maybe you think you're going to remember it and then you wake up and you completely forget about it. I would write down everything that you remember as soon as you wake up, and it's going to like have a pattern. Tasha, I know someone else who doesn't drink coffee anymore. I am not that person, but it's just interesting that people who are craving a lot of things, or like if you were a serious coffee drinker and now barely drinking it, that's huge. Firm foundation. This goes back to your root chakra. So your fear of feeling supported and stable, there's something that makes you feel secure in where you are, but your mind is telling you different. So maybe you feel like, oh, but I really need to have this, this, and that to feel stable. But there is a part of you that feels stable, feels safe, feels supported. And that's because your root chakra, you went through your collapse. Let's put it that way. You went through your awakening. Everything broke down. Any weak links, everything collapsed. You rebuilt it, and you rebuilt it stronger, firm foundation. Just pay attention to what your mind tells you. Just pay attention to that, because your mind is messing with you. You have triumph, success, patience and planning, and transformation. So before I get into this one, deception and envy, standing out to me. And this one feels like a feminine energy. And this feels like a friend. And this person, obviously, because it's deception and envy, is envious of you, but they're pretending to support you. They're pretending to like got your back. And for some, I feel like this is someone at work. It's someone either you work with, or somehow there's an opportunity coming to you and they were involved in this opportunity somehow, like they introduced you to someone. You know who this person is. And if you don't know of this person yet, you will, because you'll feel it in your gut. You'll know that something is off. Something's just not right. Back to the success, transformation, and planning. For some of you, I feel like there's a change in the work that you do. I feel like for some of you, there is a big change, like a 180, completely different than what you do now. It's something that you're drawn to, or you got offered or will be offered an opportunity doing something completely different. And this is a good thing, because this is more aligned with what you're passionate about, and it allows you to utilize your gifts, which right now, maybe you are not using your gifts completely and fully. Let's see. Okay, so I pulled these specific cards for love. You have pay attention to the red flags. You deserve love, and stay optimistic about your love life. So if you are not in a relationship, this is for people who are not in a relationship. I feel like that there is someone around you that maybe you just met someone, or you will meet someone through like a friend, and For some reason, it could even be this envious person for some of you. Someone introduces you to someone, or you meet someone, and the old version of you is going to overanalyze and put up this wall and try to prevent it, and try to like stop yourself from opening up and being vulnerable with this new person. Just remember that it's coming from an old belief, an old relationship, an old trauma. That's not necessarily your intuition telling you like this person's bad news. However, if there are those who see the red flags with someone they've just met or will meet, I feel like you've met this person already. You're aware of this person. And you're trying to convince yourself that this is an ideal person, like this person is good for you. But you know that they're not, and you're trying to dismiss these red flags. You're trying to ignore it. Like your intuition is telling you, clear as day, be aware. Like certain things stand out to you. Now, I'm not saying that this person is bad for you or anything like that, but you have to be real with these red flags. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing, but you're only going to end up disappointed if you sugarcoat it and try to make yourself believe that this isn't a big deal, or believe that this doesn't exist. If you're okay with just be real with it. If you're okay with it, then you're okay with it. You're being honest with yourself and that person. But if you're not, don't sugarcoat it and make it more or better than it really is. So I just feel like just be real with yourself. As for people who are in relationships, I really don't feel anything other than some kind of shift where you're coming closer together. So if you've been like bickering with each other, or just annoyed, because energetically everyone's just annoyed with one another, something is going to shift where that anger, that like annoying feeling goes away, and you kind of bond even more. And those are for those that are in a relationship. If you're not in a relationship yet, just pay attention. Just be okay. I'm not feeling that it's bad. Just be real with yourself, because this new version of you is trying to do the old version's patterns, where you just ignored things and pretended that you're okay with it when you really weren't. And then after a while, you're not okay with it, and then the relationship goes to shit. You have to take you have to take responsibility in the part that you play in this whole scenario. The number 5 and the number 7 are the numbers that may be significant to you. Now, that's the number 5, not the number 4. But I don't know why, for some of you, I feel like the number 4 may be a significant number, which would kind of go with your reading, because 4 is a stable foundation. So 4 is like stability, security. But 5 and 7 are significant. Yeah, I'm not feeling anything else with the numbers other than like validations. Okay, so this part, there's something better. Communicate clearly. Ask help from others if you believe. And a year from now, this one feels like this has to do with a new relationship. So we're going to start with the red flags. If you are not willing to compromise, not sacrifice, compromise. If you don't want to compromise those red flags, you don't have to, because there is something better. But communication is key. You have to be real with you and this person. The ask others for help, I still feel like someone either introduced you to this person or they will introduce you to them. There's like a third party somehow involved with this. Now, then you have a year from now, and if you believe. So I feel like for some of you, if this resonates with you with the whole relationship thing, you've been envisioning this perfect relationship that you want. Stay in that. Don't change. How can I put this into words? I hate when I feel shit and I can't put it into words. Don't change what you've been visualizing, what you've been trying to manifest to fit this person. Don't do that, because the one that fits that exact vision, it is there. Don't force. Now, some of you, this person is the right person, and for some of you, it's not. You're looking to settle. So just be aware of what you're sacrificing and what you've envisioned. And that's what I'm going to say on the whole relationship thing. So you have inner desires and persistent drive. So, and there's the number 7 again, because this is number 16. So there's the number 7 again. This one says, set intentions. You are entering a phase of plenty or may have a sudden windfall. Goals are within your grip. So this goes back to the visualization. Now, please remember, if you couldn't give a shit less about relationships, that energy, relationship energy, applies to money and career also. To me, it's the same energy. I don't know why. For me personally, it just feels like the same energy. So if the relationship thing just doesn't resonate, take that, everything I was explaining about the relationship, and put it towards your career and finances and business and things like that. See what messages come to you from that. So it doesn't necessarily have to be just relationships. But I feel like if relationships are your thing, it's coming to you. And if this person, you're not vibing with this person, don't force it, because the one you're manifesting is there already. You just got to be open to receive it. For some of you, I feel like it might be a test to see how you've grown, how you're going to respond to a similar situation. That's what I feel like, because there's a lot of tests going on. The other one is persistent drive. See what you desire and move toward that goal. That's exactly like these two I just said that. So that's just a validation. Now let's go with your emotions. You have witness and reason. I almost said ransom. Ransom, I thought it said, but it's reason. Listen, advice, think clearly. And the witness is to know to speak out. So the communication thing. Once again, whether it's relationship or business, you see her, she's kind of like standing in her power. You see her face, like she's determined. She has a determined face. She also has a determined face. So if you felt like in the past you had a hard time communicating, there's this new energy that's around you that, okay, so she's a little bit of a vampire, okay? So let's look at it from a positive point of view. You're going to harness that energy and you're going to say what you need to say and speak up and stand up for yourself. So I feel like when it comes to the throat chakra, did you even get throat chakra? I don't think so. No. When it comes to the throat chakra, speaking up and saying exactly what you want and exactly what you don't want is going to be this like full moon blessing for you. If you've had a hard time in the past and you've been working on it, this is the time where you're going to speak up. Oh, Shelly, I'm with you, girl. I am with you. Now, let's see what your angels' messages are. Your dreams need a practical plan. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Don't let pride get in your way. And adjustments are required. I feel like even though deck number 1 did not start with it, I feel like this is about relationships. Adjustments are required. Don't alter what you want. Just be real with what's in front of you. And if you don't want it, you don't have to take it. Don't let pride get in your way. Same scenario, just the opposite energy. The end of a tough cycle approaches. You're not the same person. You're not the same person you were this morning when you woke up. You're not the same person who went to sleep last night, and you're not the same person who woke up this morning. We're constantly changing. Energy, it's never stagnant. It's constantly moving. So when you find yourself whether it's overwhelmed or like doubting things and feeling like, oh my God, I'm going to repeat the same shit, or any fears come up, just know you're not that same person that it happened to. You learned from it, you've grown from it, and you have the opportunity to make a different choice. And that's exactly what you're doing right now. I just realized I saw the cards. The theme for tonight's reading is true love come to me and success. Okay, usually I always read the cards like what the theme is. So deck number 1, I hope that resonated with you and that helped you out in some way, brought some clarity. And we're moving on to deck number 2. Inner trust. See, right off the bat, this one, as soon as I saw this card, feels like doubt. I don't know why. She just looks like she's doubting herself. I have a lot of throat chakra stuff. So I'm going to start with the spirit animal. Oh, good, Bernadette. I am glad. Elephant, greatness. Love is your strength. Leadership is your path. Your wisdom inspires everyone you meet. You can overcome any problem. You will naturally and easily achieve success. So this kind of goes with that inner doubt, because the spirit animal is lending you the energy of leadership, love, wisdom, overcome any problem. So whatever, deck number 2, if you're feeling like any doubt in certain areas in your life, just know that that is just your mind messing with you. Just be mindful of that, because I feel like you're moving past that. Like, to me, an elephant looks like it can like just bum rush everything wherever it lives. I think it's a jungle or wherever they live. Like, they're not aggressive, they're not mean animals, but they're so big and they're so strong that they can just like keep moving forward. I wouldn't think, I mean, I don't know elephants personally, but I don't think they would get out of the way of like a little cat or something. No, like everyone gets out of their way. And that's the feeling I have for deck number 2. Standing in that power and stop making yourself so small. You're bigger than that. And that would make sense that the elephant is your spirit animal. Your chakras. Throat chakra. Surprise, surprise. Then you have root chakra and sacral chakra. So we're going to start with the throat chakra. And of course, it's going to resonate with the elephant and stop thinking small. So for some of you, I feel like creatively, you're on fire. You have like these creative bursts or ideas, and you second guess yourself. So you keep like putting it off. You're not like giving yourself the opportunity to experience it or even try it. Like you already make a decision, it's going to fail, so why bother? But you didn't even try to do it because it's always been stuck in your head. You have the vision of it. And that's for some. For some, I feel like you are making yourself very small when it comes to being like outgoing. Like maybe you're someone that stays in the shadows. I just feel like this whole reading is like just seeing yourself small, like you hide. You don't want to stand out because you feel like everybody's going to see your flaws if you stand out, which they're not flaws. It's your authenticity. It's what makes you you. And I feel like you're becoming, this moon is going to assist you in becoming authentic and strong and express yourself in ways that you've been so afraid to do it. And I feel like some of this has to do with childhood. Like you were suppressed a lot as a kid. So you were always afraid to take chances or take a risk. But now you're coming into it. And here's where your fears are. Root chakra. Money. Money things. For some of you, I feel like there's some, before I say it, there's some kind of ending, whether it's a separation, there's some big ending to what you believed was your sense of security, especially when it comes to finances. Once again, you're thinking small because you can have more than you've even imagined, especially with all the sacrifices that you've made to stay small, if that makes sense. There is also some kind of, I guess, the fear or the emotional trauma that is playing a significant part in this may have to do with some kind of sexual trauma. So, of course, this isn't going to resonate with everyone. But even if it's just one person that it resonates with, maybe you're not connecting that experience or trauma to why you stay small. And sexual trauma can happen in so many different ways. And sexual energy is very, very powerful. And if there was one person that made you feel insignificant within that energy, you will go your whole life staying small. So people won't see you. People won't hurt you if they can't see you. That kind of feeling. And this is the feeling that you're overcoming, but you have to be real with yourself. You have to acknowledge where it's coming from and move past it because it's so not true. And I feel like you have something so much bigger than you can imagine to offer the world. And here's where you have the sacrifice card and the disruption. So this is what it looks like. Okay, let's put it that way. It is like shit hit the fan, everything fell apart. You became aware of all the sacrifices you've been giving into, like just voluntarily giving your power away just to stay small so you can somewhat fit in but not stand out, which, I mean, I can relate to that. I understand that. But that's not doing you any justice. You have patience and spiritual union. So for some of you, I feel like you're in some kind of spiritual relationship, or you feel a bond with this person. And it almost feels like maybe you've had a spiritual awakening and they didn't. There's something about belief systems that are off. Like maybe you don't feel like they'll ever understand you, or you don't have the same belief systems. Like maybe you're into meditation and they think it's bullshit. Like something like that. There is a spiritual lesson to learn from this. And think of it this way. Maybe you are to open their eyes to something new, something unknown to them, and they are there to open you up from being so small into expanding into something much bigger. I want to see, yeah, see, here it is, religious. I knew this card was going to be in here. Religious factors. This is the belief system. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So I feel like that, here's your patience, here's your spiritual union, here's the belief system, whether it's religion, belief, just have patience. You can't force someone to be spiritual, to let go of their belief system. You can't change someone to see, to believe what you believe, but you can open their eyes to different experiences, different possibilities. By sharing it rather than hiding it, you will open them up to these new experiences. We'll call it experiences. You'll open them up to that. But it's not going to happen overnight. You need patience. You have calling in your soulmate, passion, give your relationship a chance, new love. Then you have deception and unrequited love. So here's what I feel like where the deception comes in, if this resonates like with the belief system, religious. They're not really, how can I put this into words? Let's say they are super religious or portray themselves to be super religious, and you're not. And you feel intimidated by their religion for whatever reason, because your belief system is different. They're not as committed, or they don't believe. I don't want to say don't believe. They're not as committed to their religious belief as they portray themselves to be, if that makes sense. So don't let this intimidate you in any way. Something is changing. Something is changing within this whole thing. Now, if you're single, the same thing applies if you're single, because you did get new love. However, this person that you are drawn to, that you're going to feel very deeply connected to, the belief system is going to be the challenge, which there's always challenges in relationships. We don't get to pick and choose. It's whatever lesson we'd agreed upon before we came to this planet. And that's what this, not that you can't get through it, you absolutely can, but be open to, and it goes back to your communication, your throat chakra. Be real with yourself. Stop playing small. Stop being small. And be open to other possibilities. That doesn't mean you have to adapt the belief. Just try to see their point of view. And then maybe you can show them a new experience with that point of view, but through your eyes. There's something very interesting that will go on, and if you're in the relationship, it is going on. If you're not yet, then it will be interesting. It's a very interesting and deep learning experience. The number 3 and the number 6 are significant numbers to you. You got finalize something, just let go. So in this case, I feel like it's that fear why you need to stay so small. That's what it feels like. That's what you need to let go. As for the relationships, like if it's been challenging, if not that I want to say you're at your wit's end, but like if you feel like it's never going to change, this is it, they're stuck in their belief, I'm stuck in mine. The number 3 says it will work out soon. So it could be 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. Within that time frame, you will see the changes. Okay, so here's no need to worry. Look for a sign. Don't stop. And meditation brings answers. So instead of having the conversations in your head, actually go into whatever you feel meditation is to you, whether it's going for a walk, journaling, actually going into a trance type meditation, but go in with a specific question so you can receive the clarity there. Like, for instance, what is this relationship teaching me right now? Or what do I need to clear out so I can bring this person in? Or how do I need to prepare for bringing in my soulmate? Or whatever it is. Just be very clear about what you want to ask, because they're your angels, spirit guides, they're around you. They're waiting for you to call on them, but you're just not calling on them. You're just overanalyzing shit. No need to worry. This one keeps standing out. So whatever it is that is consuming your thoughts, no need to worry. And then you got don't stop. So I'm feeling like that's telling you not to give up. Don't give up. Okay, so you have amble with contentment and mutually beneficial venture. See, this feels like the relationship one. And once again, if relationships aren't your thing, just apply this energy to whether it's business, career, money, and take it from there. Take what resonates and see what comes to you intuitively. Okay, mutually beneficial venture. There is an extraordinary connection at the forefront of your life at this moment. So there's your validation once again. Amble with contentment. Waiting rather than acting is going to be most adventurous now. So just like where it says don't stop, and meditation brings answers, no need to worry, like those messages, this one's telling you maybe you have to stop doing stuff. Maybe you have to stop convincing or overanalyzing, and just let it unfold and let it happen the way it's supposed to happen. And that's where I think the patience card's coming in. You have natural, which is being authentic, real. Love conquers all. So this is another one. I guess where true love come to me really was about relationships, compassion, and redemption. So this one, redemption, the number 20, I don't know why it's standing out to me. So maybe the number 20 means something to you. But forgiveness. And I feel like there's some shit you do need to let go of. Maybe it's an ego thing where you want to be right and you believe that your way of thinking is better than their way of thinking, like whatever that is. Whatever that is, just let it go. Just let it unfold the way it's meant to unfold. A time for healing. You are good enough. And conclusions are within reach. So the you are good enough has to do with step in your power. Once again, stop playing small. Stop being small. It's time for you to expand. And that expansion is how you are healing. But you have to give yourself permission to expand. So deck number 2, I hope that resonated with you. And now we're moving to deck number 3. People with deck number 3 is like, thank God. Conscious connections. Oh, so, okay. So deck number 3, we're going to start with your animal card, the snow leopard. And self-resilience. You are strongly independent and often solitary. Integrity is important for your best outcome. Cloak yourself with an invisible, never mind. Cloak yourself with invisibility and walk with the shamans. Use your intuition and let your life unfold in silent perfection. So when you look at this, right, to me, this feels like shadow work. And that people are a reflection of you. So be mindful of the people around you, because like attracts like. They have something to teach you. They have something to show you. And with the snow leopard, you're definitely going through some kind of serious healing right now. Your chakras, solar plexus and heart chakra. And this one's upside down. So this feels like a lot of anxiety. Because I feel solar plexus and chest is where we hold anxiety. 1, you're doubting your intuition. You're overthinking your responsibility. I feel like you're sacrificing something that you really want because of your responsibility, commitment, some kind of commitment that you've made. And there is a sacrifice going on. And it's making you anxious. I feel like heaviness in my chest, so I don't know if someone has a cough or issues breathing. And I know where I am here, it's really hot out and it's hard to breathe, but not that you have a problem, like a health risk. It's just that, I don't know, I feel like I have a weight on my chest. Let's put it that way. This one's emotional balance, and this one is connection. So there is something going on in your life with the people around you. Either they're triggering something. Solar plexus is also like being overwhelmed with something. I just feel like you just want peace, and you're trying to figure out how to create the peace. But you don't have to create anything. It's there. It's the way you're looking at everything. For some of you, I feel like this also has to do with family. Just aggravating the shit out of you, overwhelming you or triggering you in some way. There is probably some emotional trauma from your childhood that has been coming up that you may be becoming aware of, whether it's thoughts or dreams or memories. Something is coming to your attention that has to do with some kind of childhood trauma that you're aware of it. You're just holding on to it because it makes you feel safe. And the people around you are triggering this. And it's like transference. You kind of blaming them for what you're feeling because they triggered this feeling. But what it really is, they're reminding you that you still have some shit you're holding on to and that you can just move past it. So here's your let go card. And then you have compromise. And that's interesting because you have the connection and the responsibility cards. So compromise is not sacrifice. Sacrifice is very different. Sacrifice would be like deck number 1, where there's red flags and you pretend they don't exist because you want this person to appear to be perfect. But that red flag is really like, that's a sacrifice when you're sacrificing something. Compromise is like listening to the person you're with's music because they enjoy it even though you don't like it. Sacrifice would be listening to that music all the time just because they like it and you don't, and even when they're not there, you're fucking listening to it. That's a sacrifice. Compromise is different. And I think this is where you're learning the difference between, it's funny, I just did my hands, and in the card I see like she has her hands out. She's like this and I'm like this, like weighing what's not really significant that you're okay with doing and what is really sacrifice to you. If it feels like sacrifice, that's a different story. Compromise, any type of relationship, whether it's friendships, romantic, even family, there's always compromise because we're social creatures. No two people are going to be like perfectly aligned without some kind of compromise. You have perfect timing within the next few months, big happy changes. And then you have romance and in the near future. So these two cards, I feel like there is some kind of celebration. And here it is. I knew this card was going to be here. Either you're getting married, you're getting engaged. There's some kind of commitment, like a ceremony that's happening within, I don't know, I feel like by the beginning of next year, and timelines are just so weird, so I don't want to say, but by the beginning of next year, there's either some kind of, either you're getting married or you're getting engaged or you're moving in together. Like there's some kind of next level commitment in the relationship that you're in. Now, of course, if you're married already, maybe you're renewing your vows. Maybe you're going on a honeymoon that you never went on, something like that. The big happy changes within the next few months, I feel like it has to do with money, because you have victory and success, and you have financial and material changes. So this has to do with work, whatever work that you do. There's money money coming to you into your life. I feel like for some of you, there's a lump sum of money that's coming to you, like a large sum of money that's suddenly almost like unexpected. Like maybe you thought it would take longer, or something is going to surprise you with a lump sum of money. I don't know how to put it into words because it's collective. So something about it is going to surprise you. Hey, Samantha. Then you have throat chakra and temptation. So I feel like there is someone around you, and I feel like it has to do with the work that you do, that is not sincere to you. They're not really a good friend or a good coworker, or they got your back. And it's someone that you know this because you got the throat chakra, and my throat is burning me. So that I understand that as you bite your tongue, you swallow what you really want to say to this person just to keep peace, just to keep balance. But that's going to change. Let's put it that way. That's going to be a situation where you're just going to, and not that you're going to fight with them or tell them off. It's just that you're going to tell them the truth. You're going to be real. Like, I don't trust you, or I know you don't have my back, like something to that effect. You're going to call them out on their bullshit. Let's put it that way. There you go. You're going to call them out. Your numbers are 10, 10. And it's the Capricorn card and the number 2. So if Capricorn is significant to you, especially when it comes to relationships, that's just a validation with your reading. You have it all progressing well now. Perceive success. And you will start all over again. Now, with that one starting all over again, that one feels like it's just opportunities, because you have the 2 10s together. So to me, 2 10s together is beginnings and endings, but you've already had the endings and there's the new beginnings coming in. So I don't want you to feel like you're losing something or something else is ending in that sense, because I feel like you went through a lot over the past 2 years. It was a bit much, and you just want, I don't know, you just want peace. You just want to like breathe. And I feel like you just, maybe that's where the chest issues are with the breathing. You just want to like have these breathe relief, like, oh, I could sit back now. I can like, that's what it feels like. So when it comes to love, this is funny. This could be the one. So if you're in a relationship, this could be the one. Honeymoon and heart-to-heart conversations. So before I said something with the relationship, either you're getting married, you're getting engaged, there's some kind of, where the hell did it go? I did say that, right? Yeah, I know I did. Well, it was somewhere here. That's what I, like, if you're in a relationship, things are good in the relationship right now. Things are, I can't find the stupid card. Things are
You said it,
changing. I know I said it. And now the card's like, poof, gone. Next level. That's what it is. The next level of relationship. If you are not in a relationship, then someone's coming into your life soon, like really soon. And it could be the number 10. You will start over again 10 days or 10 weeks. I don't feel like it's 10 weeks. I feel like this person is there already. So if they're not, and you're not aware of it, you will within the next few weeks, couple of weeks. You'll know, you'll be aware of this person. Let's put it that way. And whether it's new or existing, the relationship, it's all good. So it was interesting because most of the time I do the readings, relationships really don't come up. And today, every single deck was about relationships. So blend into the environment. Convey your meaning. Shared inspiration. And break through to new dimensions. So the breakthrough to new dimensions is a new endeavor is on the horizon. I can't read this. Oh, innovative energy wants to burst forth into your consciousness. Sorry, it's very small writing on white letters. I can't even see shit to begin with. So this is those the success when it comes to career, work. Something new is definitely coming to you. Or see, I feel like it has to do with money. I keep feeling like it has to do with money. Like new money, unexpected money is coming to you. Maybe lotto. I don't know. Something, if you're feeling that like, oh, I need to play lotto, then play lotto. Shared inspiration. Throw yourself into a new project. Be willing to let go of time constraints and rules and really be aware of what fulfills your heart. And look, like the two dolphins, they're like swimming and happy. So that's that peace, that happiness that you're so looking for, but you don't realize it's already there within you. It's there already. It's there. It's there. Remember in the beginning, I was talking about this moon is going to show us what we want through what we don't want. Just, I didn't choose 3, but please, money. That doesn't mean that just because you didn't choose it, that doesn't mean you're not coming into it. If you envision it, it'll come. Right now, we all need money, right? Because the way everything is going, but just remember, you're in abundance. Don't ever think lack. And it's hard to do that when shit's going the way it's going. It's how do you get out of that mindset? Don't even think about what you want to obtain with the money. Focus on that. Because thinking like, oh, I need $1 million. If we really believed we can get $1 million, we'd fucking have it, right? And maybe some of you do. I don't know. But if you think about the things that you want detaching from the money, it's different. It's different. So think about what you want with the money. I'm sure you don't want money just to fucking have it sitting in your bank. You know, it might be nice to look at, but what's the point of having it if you can't use it for what you want? So what I would do, and that's what I've been doing, is focusing on the things that you want to obtain with it, because that's more believable with your subconscious rather than like, I want $1 million. I want $10 million. You know, our mind's what blocks us. So convey your message. I really can't see this. Reflect on the way you communicate with others and with yourself. Be sure to express your thoughts and feelings from your heart with respect and sincerity, which goes back to the throat chakra. Not throat chakra. Yes, because I said something about the throat chakra. See, I don't remember shit. So, because here it is. My throat still bothers me. So, especially when it comes to this person, this not so nice person. Blend into the environment. You have many skills and can fit into any situation. Take time to, oh shit. Take time to assess what's going on around you and adapt accordingly. So that's your gift of being the chameleon. You can adapt to anything. Your angel messages. Step out of your comfort zone. Look at the bigger picture and don't let your past hold you back. And there you go, deck number 3. And deck number 3, when you guys come into money, you have to split it with all of us. I'm just saying. Just kidding. I hope that resonated with you guys. So now what we're going to do is a quick meditation that one of the channelers on YouTube, and I've mentioned him before, Sam, he did this meditation with Metatron that was specifically supposed to be done today to harness emotional balance. So it's a very simple meditation, and I suggest doing this whenever you need to harness this feeling. So right now, first get comfortable. And I want you guys, if you have a pen and paper near you, fine. If not, I want you to think it and focus on it. Pick a letter. And this letter is going to represent 3 feelings that you want to harness. For instance, I picked the letter A. I picked it for abundance, prosperity, and happiness. Those were my 3 feelings that I want the letter A to represent. So take a moment, think of your letter and 3 words that are associated with that letter. And then close your eyes and get comfortable. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Breathe in the light from the room. Fill your entire body up with light. And exhale, peace. Breathe in love and light. And exhale, peace. Now I want you to start at your feet and just scan your body, going up to the top of your head down your back, out through the heels of your feet. And just scan your body for any heaviness, any weight, blocks, anywhere you're feeling stuck in your body. And if you find it, just breathe into it. And as you exhale, allow it to flow out through the soles of your feet into the earth. Giving yourself permission to relax and let go what no longer serves you. Acknowledge the feeling, breathe into it. And as you exhale, just think, I release you with love. I let you go. Whatever it is. Now I want you to think of your letter. Just imagine it right in front of you, in your mind's eye. And imagine underneath this letter the 3 feelings that are associated with this letter. And just take a snapshot of it. Have a picture in your mind. Now I want you to bring your attention down to your feet. Bring your attention to your toes, your heels. Focus on the top of your feet. Moving the energy up to your shins and ankles, behind your calf, Your attention is now moving up to your knee, your thighs, your hips. Now you access the red energy and just feel it warming up your hips, thighs, legs, and feet. Bring your attention back up, moving into your stomach, the orange ray. Feel the warmth throughout your lower abdomen, your lower back. Bring your attention up to your solar plexus, the yellow energy. Scanning up from your belly button into the upper part of your belly, under your ribs. Bringing your attention to the middle of your back. Moving up to your chest to the green ray. Feeling the warmth of the green ray open and expand your heart. Moving up to the blue ray of your throat. Feel the warmth move down your shoulders, your throat, mouth, ears. Moving your attention up to the indigo ray of your third eye. Now bring your attention to your pineal gland behind your head and think of this letter. See the letter and the three feelings associated with this letter. And feel each of those feelings. Allow them to combine and create a new feeling of joy, happiness, excitement. Feel it moving back down to your feet, focusing your attention on your toes, moving up to the tops of your feet and ankles, up your shins, knees, thighs, up into your hips, lower abdomen, upper abdomen, your chest, throat, third eye, to the back of your head, and see your letter again with the three feelings associated with that letter. And this time it's bigger and brighter. And you can feel these emotions 10 times stronger. Each time you see this letter, it becomes 10 times stronger, these emotions. Feeling love, peace, happiness, and joy. Moving your attention back to your toes, to the top of your feet, ankles, up your shins and calves, knees and thighs, hips, stomach, chest, throat, to your pineal gland, and imagine this letter 10 times brighter and bigger, with the emotions associated to it stronger and stronger, filling you up with joy, love, happiness. Feel the vibration of this letter. Feel the wonderful emotions, bringing your attention back to your toes, moving your attention up to the top of your feet, ankles, shins and calves, knees and thighs, hips, stomach, chest and throat, up to the top of your head, into your pineal gland, and imagine this letter even bigger and brighter as it vibrates more and more vibrantly. Now you can see the color. You can feel the emotions 10 times stronger each time you see this letter. This color envelops you with peace, love, joy, happiness. Allow every cell of your being to absorb this light. Moving down to your feet once again. Moving up your body. Focusing this letter in each step. Up into your hips, stomach, chest, throat. Back into your mind space. And the letter 10 times stronger, 10 times bigger. The color is brighter. You are vibrating with all these wonderful feelings associated to that letter. And let it expand out into the room, filling your space up. Filling your etheric body, your emotional body, mental body, and physical body with this letter. Allow it to be absorbed into every cell of your being. Take a deep breath in and breathe in this feeling, knowing you can come back to it anytime you wish, simply by looking or imagining this letter. Exhale, and when you're ready, open your eyes. So guys, let me know what you thought of that. Did you guys do it? You fell asleep.
Just short time. I was relaxed.
Well, that's good. As long as you were relaxed. I mean, it's the point. Did you imagine the letter?
Oh, yeah.
That's all that counts. So all you have to do is just imagine that letter. And now your mind is actually programmed every time you see this letter to either see the color or especially bring up those emotions or those feelings that you had associated to the letter. Bernadette almost fell asleep. My live studio audience fell asleep.
Did you fall asleep?
No, you didn't. Okay. 1 out of 3 fell asleep. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thanks, Shelly. I'm glad. So now anytime you want that feeling back, just close your eyes, take a deep breath, imagine the letter, imagine the feeling, because as soon as you see the letter, your body's it's programmed now to know that feeling. And just keep, thank you, Carmen, just keep imagining it getting bigger and brighter. And if you're having a shitty day or a shitty moment, just go lock yourself in the bathroom, go for a walk. You're welcome. And just imagine the letter. And you're going to feel so much better. So whatever feeling it brought you is now programmed. So thank you guys for joining me tonight. I love you all. Emotional balance, peace of mind, calmness. That's perfect, Shelly, because that's exactly what you got. Thank you. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Go make your full moon water. Go dance in the moon. Go harness this super moon energy. And I wish you an abundance of love, light, peace, happiness, and wealth. Good night, guys.